Hey guys, Chad here. In this video, I want to do something a little bit different and break down a trade I took live this morning. As you can see, I ended up making around $1,700 on this trade within the first 15 minutes of the market opening. Okay, so this is my opening trade strategy. This is the same strategy I use pretty much every single day. As you can see, if we go to this week, you can see this is my live trading account. This is my personal account. I'm trading with my own capital. If we go here, as you can see, I'm up around $4,500 on the week. Today is Wednesday, so we still have 2 more trading days of the week left. But the better part is we're at 100% win rate this week. So anyways, I'm going to roll the replay from the live session, and then we'll break down the strategy step by step.
What's going on, guys? Good morning. Alright, so here is what my levels are looking like today. The plan is basically if we stay under 570, mainly looking to break and retest 568. If we lose 565, take it to 562, or we had 560 down here. So that's the plan. Now we do have FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. This really depends. Some days it doesn't matter as much. Sometimes it really affects the market. So we're just gonna have to see. We're gonna break 568 out the gate. Today there is a lot more bearish interest. Alright, so we can start drawing levels on NQ to kill time if we want. Since now the conversion will be accurate. Okay, that's 23,412 is our main level. And our target's like 288. Alright, let's see if we hold below this. If we close below 68, I will be getting short. Alright, I hopped in. Yeah, I need to put the stop at like 407, I think. I just got the worst entry ever. Should have waited a little. Break the lows here. I would love to see just like a flush down to 320 or something. Down to take a trim there. 325 maybe. Well, give us a big flush. I'll have to move my stop to 390, I think. I don't want to hold this all the way back up. We do it now? Come on. Give me a sweet flush. A few more points. A few more points. There you go. Nice. I don't know where I want to hold this second target. I'm gonna put my stop at 75 now, though. My main max area would be that 288. Probably do 20 points above that. So that's what, 308? Pretty close. See if we can get it here. Oh my God, let's go. I know you guys were doubting that trade. I had full confidence. 1700.
All right, so let's break down how this opening trade strategy works. So as you can see inside my private Discord group, I posted 15 minutes before the market open. My bias today was bearish. My main setup is I'm looking for a break and retest of 568 on QQQ, targeting 565. Secondary setup, if we don't get this, then I'm looking for a break and retest short below 565, targeting 560. Now keep in mind, I do not trade options. I trade futures on NQ. But I get my key levels by reading the Greeks inside the options market, because that is what moves the market. If you don't know, 80% of volume comes from the options market. So I get my key levels on QQQ and I'm taking trades on the NASDAQ. So as we can see, this is what my chart looked like this morning. And what we saw was exactly what the plan said. Okay, so as we can see, if we go to the actual chart, let's go to QQQ. First trade was 568, break and retest, take it to 565. Then if we don't get a setup here, then we'd be looking to break and retest this 565 and take it down to 560. As you can see, 560 was our last target of the day, and this was the bottom, right? I do not look at candlesticks whatsoever. As you can see, there's not even support on the candlestick chart. And this is because I'm reading the order flow of the Greeks inside the options market. I want to show you guys how powerful this is. So anyways, as you can see, the trade I took today was on NASDAQ, right? And this is where I have my OTS indicator that gives me confirmation to get into the trade. As you can see, we broke this 568. We tried to retest it a little bit, failed at the VWAP, got the sell signal here. This is where you saw me take the short and took it down to that 565. And then as you can see, we eventually bottomed out at this 560, which is around 2380 on the NASDAQ market. Now, if we actually break down how this trade played out, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the replay feature of the software I use to actually read the Greeks. So I'm gonna go to today, is August 20th, and I'm gonna go to exactly where we took the trade. Okay, so I got in at the sell signal at 7:36 my time, which is 9:36 Eastern. So we're just going to go to 9:35 is when I was actually looking at the Greeks. And as you can see, here's the setup. So what we see here is we have three things I'm looking at. I'm looking at the charm, which is basically time decay in the options market. It's basically the feel of the move. And we have the delta. This tells me whether the market makers, the big money, right? Keep in mind, the majority of intraday volume comes from market makers, right? These are liquidity providers. Think about JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, right? They're providing liquidity to the market. So every time you buy an option or you buy a call or you buy a share, they're selling that to you, right? And what they're doing is they're constantly hedging their positions because they're not trying to make money off a move going up or down, right? All they're doing is they're trying to make money from providing liquidity off of spreads and fees. And to do that, since they're selling all those shares, they're providing that liquidity, they constantly have to hedge their positions in the market. This basically tells us that hedging activity. And as you can see, we opened up 5 minutes after the market opened, or right before I took this trade. We were very negative, right? As you can see, these are all negative bars. If we look to this column right here, we're on the negative side. You can see we're on this dotted line right here. Now we can also see the gamma on the left here, and this is basically, you know, how much pressure there is for this bearish view they have on the market right now. And I like to use gamma for my targets, right? So we can see, reading this, right? What do we notice about this big red bar right here? This is going to act as resistance. The market's very bearish. We can see that there's a lot of bearish pressure. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the highest probability levels, right? So we see a big bar here at 568, right? If we come up and test this bar, which we already did, then I'm looking to take it down to the next bar, right? You think of it like, let's say there's a ball in here, right? There's a little ball rolling in here. It's going to be very hard for this ball to roll all the way over this bar. Okay, so when we roll off of this bar, which we're doing right before I got into this trade, right, there's a good chance this bar is going to roll all the way into this bar right here, and then it might get stuck here. Or if it has enough momentum or volume, it's going to go all the way around the bar. Then it's going to drip down to 560. As you can see, this is the 560. Right, so this is how I'm getting my targets for the day. And the gamma, you can see, is doing the same exact thing. And we also have lots of feel, right? We have charm peaking at 560 and 565. So when I'm making my levels, it has nothing to do with the candlesticks, right? You can see this is where I'm getting this 565, this 568, and if the ball gets over the 565 bar, right, this bar right here, then good chance we're going to roll all the way into this 560. And as you can see, that's exactly what we did. This is where we bottom out for the day. So anyways, this is what the Greeks look like exactly this morning. And I'm essentially seeing, are we positive or negative on the delta and on the gamma, right? In this case, we're negative. So therefore, we're looking for pullbacks to hold one of these big bars, right? Because there's a very low chance, if we're right here, that this ball is going to get all the way over this bar. So I'm looking for pullbacks, so essentially break and retest to hold this level and then take it down to the next target. And that's the strategy, right? It'd be the same thing on the flip side. Let's say we opened up, right here, we're positive on the day. If we had growing interest, let's say we had a big bar in the positive and the gamma kind of looked the same, then I'd be looking for a break and retest of this green bar and to take it up to that next bar, right? And let the price basically just roll over. Okay, and the reason why this works is because this is telling us the hedging activity the market makers need to do to stay neutral in the market, right? And the market makers, they control the majority of the intraday volume. They're constantly hedging their positions back and forth. So when we're negative on the delta, they're being forced to sell, okay? They're being forced to sell. And this is why when we open up, we get this little retest of 568 just below it. You can't see it on here, but this is kind of what it looked like. Get this little retest up here, held below it, right? You can see this is 67.70. And then we got the sell signal on NQ. Obviously, NQ is going to trade the same way QQQ does. And then we can take it down to that next level, which is that 565 area I had marked on my chart. Because once again, this is what the Greeks are telling me. I'm not looking at candlesticks. I'm not looking at charts or anything. I'm simply just looking at the Greeks for my key levels to understand the market context for the day. And then I'm using the charts to look for price action to tell me, when is a good confirmation to get into the trade. Now, I don't even like doing that, so I did build my own indicator that does that for me. And you can see, if I miss this trade, the sell signal we took, right? So this is kind of what my trade looked like this morning, as you guys saw. So something like this. Okay, I think I took profits here and had the stop right above the highs, right? Above that retest high. And let's say I missed this trade, right? And again, sometimes that'll happen, which is why if we go back to my Discord, I have secondary setups, right? Break and retest short below 565, targeting 560. So if I missed this trade, I could have took this signal instead. As you can see, we clearly closed below 565 on this. This line represents 565. And we could have taken it down to either 562 or 560 was the bottom of the barrel target today. So anyways, guys, if you need help with making your levels, like I said, I have a free Discord community where I post my trading plans on QQQ and NASDAQ every single day. So this is the only thing I trade. And I do analysis on the Greeks every day before the market opens. And I make a trading plan. As you can see, I post all my levels on my chart. And I actually give you my exact setups I'm looking for. So if you guys want to join this community, like I said, it's completely free to join. We'd love to have you inside. All you have to do is go over to the first link in the description below this video, or just head over to this link right here, and you can go ahead and join us. Like I said, we don't charge any money for this group. So with that being said, guys, if you have any questions for me, let me know, and I'll see you inside our Discord group.